My name is Junior Gonzalez. I was born and raised in San Jose, California, which is Northern Cal. My parents migrated in the United States from El Salvador. Lucky enough, they were able to escape the treacherous civil war that happened over there. So yeah, that's my background and that's how I grew up. I'm here at NALIP because I'm part of the Doing Your Doc program that they have. It's been exciting, been able to meet with other filmmakers, other industry people that possibly they can help you with your career. And the film that helped me got into the program is called Words: A Revolution. So basically, the documentary is about Salvadoran hip hop and how the hip hop is bringing social awareness to the community here in the United States. The Salvadoran group has had like a very long struggle, historic timeline of just having a history of violence. And with the hip hop and with the documentary that I'm making, I'm just trying to bring positiveness and also bringing a community together so they can move forward for the next next chapter in the culture. I was born here. I'm more Americanized. I'm like the Salvadoran American born here in the United States, but I still had my Spanish roots. Definitely, I didn't never want to lose my Spanish roots. So what came about was Spanglish. I think this generation is in that bilingual mode, and what's interesting with the hip hop that they were doing is most of them were born here, but they wanted to keep their roots. And so having that bilingual hip hop kind of caters both ends, people who are Americanized and then people who are coming from here or born over there, so that they can relate and have that connection. What's interesting is people here, it's we grow up with the American hip hop. I think it's a very urban culture that gives a voice to the voiceless. It's always been about social movements, social issues, people that don't have a voice. And what's interesting in El Salvador, it's a very, it's a country that's going through poverty. There's a high illiteracy rate. There's kids just trying to look for something instead of going into gangs or going into some sort of corruption. The hip hop music kind of risen from over there and gave some light to kids where they can kind of grasp and gravitate to. And so the music scene over there just started a bubble because kids are definitely trying to look for something rather than go the bad route of life. They didn't want to forget their roots, you know what I mean? Obviously because of the war we were forced to migrate here, but also again we don't want to lose our culture, that we want to go back and give back. And some of these artists that are in that movement where they were doing hip hop and spreading positiveness and spreading the good word, they want to do that and bring it over there and see if they can do the same so that something can bubble and just really explode within the kids and their positiveness that could come out of that. It was definitely an off and on shoot for about 5 to 6 years. Just because of scheduling, raising money. It's I don't want to sound cliche, but it's always about money. You know what I mean? But I believed in the project and I wanted to do something because definitely there's not enough Central American stories. Regardless if I'm Salvadoran, there's Nicaraguenses, Guatemalans, people from Honduras are here in LA, and LA is probably one of the biggest Central American populations in the United States. Because I feel to be real about it, it talks from the neighborhoods, people in the streets, people living in those situations. There's people that are not privileged to go to better schools or have Nike shoes and stuff like that. And I feel the music hip hop originally, it's always about giving that voice and giving a push for people that don't have anything or just grew up poor and lived in certain circumstances. So I think there's a relation because of the music. Because to be honest, that's how American hip hop started. African Americans didn't have any voice. There was police brutality. There was a lot of drugs in the streets. Obviously the music changed, but but we can't forget the root of how the music started. And I feel like Latinos are kind of going through that same situation as African American was, and then that's kind of how hip hop was born, and now Latin hip hop is kind of just taking off as well. I'm completed with the project. That took me a long time, so I'm happy to be completed. So now, I know, finally. No, but just it's finally complete. So now what I'm doing now is I'm trying to develop a script based on my documentary, and I'm basically trying to do the Latino version of 8 Mile, of Eminem movie. So I'm just trying to give that Latino perspective of what hip hop means to our culture and just Latinos in general, and what Latino hip hop has done for people that don't have a voice. Oh, that's good. Peace.